Have you ever wondered why, or maybe you've just noticed that the top salespeople in your industry know the product inside and out, upside down, backwards and forwards? That's right, because it's massively important. And if you want to be a leader in your industry, we are going to talk today about how and why you need to know your product in the same manner. So as we continue on today, we are in our blueprint series on the tools you need to become a top selling rep in your industry and whatever it is, the thing that you do. So if you've been in this industry for any length of time, you've probably heard the term features and benefits. If you haven't, I'm sorry, because you definitely should have heard the term features and benefits. It's massively important. The feature is the things that your product does. The benefit is how it benefits them, because you've asked them the right questions like we talked about last week, and you know the problems that they've had, and you know how your product can solve those problems for them. Not for you, not for your scoreboard, not for whatever, for them, right? So let's go on and get into this. Let's talk about why and how to understand and learn about your product. Now, something that I see people do wrong all the time is once they start actually learning the product, they just want to word vomit all the things that they know.
Red Bulls? You ever had a Red Bull? I never had a Red Bull before, but I had a Red Bull last night. I really like Red Bull. I got a new necklace, glows in the dark.
Write this down. That's right. Get out your pens and your pencils, because I'm going to start getting some notes and you need to be tickety taking them, right? So when you start learning your product, the first thing you're going to want to do, I've seen it 1,000 times, I've done it myself, you're just going to want to start running your mouth about all the things that you know, and it's just going to go in one ear and out the other. You need to understand what pertains to them, and all the other stuff that's excess, like, it just needs to go to the wayside. So when you're talking about features and benefits, because you're so knowledgeable, because you know the stuff so well, I want you to make sure you only talk about 3 main things. Maybe you can get into a 4th, definitely do more than 1, but if you start talking about more than 3 things, it's becoming too much about you and not enough about them, and they're just tuning out. Even though if the stuff you're saying is absolutely phenomenal, people can just only take in or want to take in so much volume, especially if you're dealing with that guy that just wants to get in and out. So be careful how much information you start talking about once you learn your information. Or maybe you're one of those cats right now, you're like, oh my gosh, I know everything about all this stuff. And people are always glazing over and rolling their eyes in the back of their heads, probably because you're talking too much about how cool your product is. So when we talk about knowing the product, what I mean is you need to actually understand how and why it does what it does, right? So if you ever, it's a term that I use all the time, I call it brochure selling. If you want to go into like a car dealership and you look at those brochures, they spent millions of dollars making those things. You need to know about the things that are on that brochure. If it's not in there, you probably don't need to know it. If it is in there, you definitely need to know it and understand it. Because if you don't, you're going to get questions about basic things because they've probably researched. You're in this day and age where you don't want your client to know more about the product than you do. And sometimes they may, especially if they're a research person, they're going to go in, they're going to start knowing and asking a lot of questions. And if you don't at least have your brochure selling mindset established and pinned to your brain, you're going to have some problems. And when they see that you don't have the answers to your questions, nothing else matters. You can be the cheapest, have the best, this, that, and the other. If they're looking at you and they think they know more than you do, you're not going to impress them, and they're just going to go on down the road to the next fellow or fellette that they run into. So don't let that be you. Make sure that you understand and know your brochure selling.
That's how Dad did it. That's how America does it. And it's worked out pretty well so far.
Let's talk about the good and the bad, because I don't care what your product is, there's going to be bad things about it and there's going to be good things about it. What's an example of what I mean? Let's say you sell cars and you sell Chevrolet trucks. And right now, Chevrolet trucks probably have the biggest engine recall that has ever existed. If you don't know that and you don't know why, you're going to get asked a question about it, because again, they've done some research. They're going to say, hey, so I've heard that this product kind of has an issue with this. You better have an answer to that, and you better be willing to speak to it. And if you don't have an answer to it, you better go find it out. Because if it's something bad that is out there, they are going to know about it. And every product out there has good and bad. So don't sit here and try to say, my product doesn't have any downsides. Trust me, it does. Your product ain't Tom Brady, right? Leaders, if you like what you're seeing here, I've actually gone in and made a free 3-step guide that I'll put in the link below that'll actually walk you through this exact same thing that we're talking about with your team members. So it's the literal strategies that I use to help teams improve situations exactly like this. So if that's something that you want, in the link below, click in and you're going to see an email option there. Just type in, give me the free resource, and I will send it to you for free. Now back to the video. Let's talk about the good things of your product. Probably a lot of good things out there. What are the three main good things about your product and how it benefits them? And what you don't want to do is don't say, hey, this product has the best this, or it's the industry leader in this. They don't care. Like, I don't care what anybody's told you. They absolutely don't care, because if you go down the road, they're going to say theirs is the best and the number one, of the same dadgum thing. Don't say that. Like, hey, our red is the most vibrant red that has ever existed. That's a matter of opinion, okay? Red is red. And by the way, red's just not cool unless it's the song Prince and it's a little red Corvette, in which case it's really cool. So you may be sitting here thinking right now, you know what? I know enough of this to get by. I really don't think I need to know and understand more than what I already know. So let me ask you this. Tom Brady, and look, I know I use Tom Brady a lot. It's not my fault the guy's the GOAT. If you don't like it, change it. Go be the new GOAT. But until then, he's the GOAT. It's who we're going to talk about.
Tommy's a superhero.
He knows the game inside and out, right? Like, he has an understanding of the game. Yet he goes in and watches more game film on the other team than probably any other quarterback that's played the game. And because of that, it changes all the decisions he's able to make throughout the game, which is why when they try to blitz, he already sees the blitz coming, he switches to play, and that blitz doesn't even happen. When he sees a breakdown in coverage, he knows where the breakdown in coverage is going to be, so he's going to throw it to where the guy's going to end up being. Like, he knows it inside and out so well that it just becomes him, right? So especially if you're in a position where you've been doing this thing or knowing this thing for a while, what you can't do is think, oh, I'm so experienced, I know this thing, I don't have to learn new things. Don't do that. Like, you wouldn't want your doctor to have never had any education for the 30 years they've been in practice, right? You'd be like, hey man, did you know for like the last decade, there's actually this new thing that fixes that in 5 minutes and you want to cut me open and have a surgery? Don't be that guy. I don't care how long you've been in it. You need to be constantly seeking new knowledge every day. You're never going to get to the point where you know it all. Things are always moving and changing. Issues come up, people change, technology changes, everything changes. And actually, here in the world of AI, it probably changes even faster than you're willing or wanting it to. So do not sit here and think to yourself, or try to tell me, don't try to tell me, you can put it in the comments if you want to, I'm just going to ignore it. Don't try to tell me that you know it all already and you don't need to learn more. You need to educate on your thing, on your product, on your industry every single day. And you're like, I'm already the top guy. Well, you're probably not sitting here thinking that because you're probably already doing the research.
Hey everyone! Come and see how good I look!
So in case I haven't got it out there to you, what you need to understand, the old saying, knowledge is power, there's a reason for that, because the more you know, the better off you are, right? So what I want you to understand, I want you to ask yourself a couple questions right now. Do I know my product better than anybody else around me? If you don't, there's step one. Go make sure that you're better than anybody else around you. Once you're better than anybody else around you, think, is there a number of questions that I've been asked that I could either know more about, or maybe there's questions I get asked that I don't know anything about? Then that's the thing you go research. Or maybe it's not necessarily a question about your product specifically, but about a thing in the industry you're in that you've noticed. You need to go and figure it out. So rather than just arbitrarily going and trying to figure out information, look, there's YouTube University and Google University all over the place. Type in, I keep getting this question, and see what comes up. There's absolutely no way that you don't have the ability to find out a problem or to learn a little bit more. And the best place to start is something that you know you're experiencing right now that is either an issue that you can't keep getting past or an issue that keeps coming up that you'd like to find a way to get to before it comes to be a problem. It's a great screensaver, isn't it? Old Max Verstappen coming at you. You know why he's coming at you? He's coming at you because you haven't hit the share, like, and subscribe button yet. Do it. Like, hit the... Coming at you because of you not doing your part. Is that just... Come on. Just... Don't worry about ducking and driving. Just hit the buttons, okay? The buttons, hit them. I know this has been helpful. Don't tell me it hasn't. And until the next one, we'll see ya on the next one.